What's going on, everyone? This is Beyond the Mat Wrestling, and today I'm here with Cowboy Brian, and we are doing the ACC bracket show. So we're going to be going weight by weight, choosing our guys who we think's going to win it, and let's just get right into it. If you guys didn't check out some of our other shows, we did the Big Ten preview with Jake Manley. Me and Cowboy Brian also did EIWA and Big 12. Brian will be at Big 12s actually this weekend, so I'm excited to see some of the coverage that he gets coming out of there. But let's just get right into it, Brian. I'm super happy to have you on.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me.
Of course, of course. So this is a good one coming out first. I mean, you got the returning national champ at the 3 seed. You got Eddie Ventresca, who has beaten him, geez, I don't know, 3, 4 times now. Every time they've wrestled, I want to say.
Yeah,
Nico Provo's a stud. Tyler Chappelle's a stud. Tarantino's a stud. If I had to pick here, I honestly would probably say, man, it's hard to choose between Provo and Robinson. I think Robinson probably is one of those guys that gets it done when when it matters. But I think Ventresca has his number there in the finals. You got any thoughts on
yeah,
it?
yeah. No, I think Eddie Ventresca is probably going to pull this off. However, my pick because I just want to see it happen because I'm an Oklahoma State fan and I don't like that Robinson beat Spratley. I'm going with Provo for the upset. I want to see one of the an Ivy League guy get in there and tear it up, and then Ventresca beat Spratley for the first time at the duel. He had a bad match. It happens. He was stalling. Bite me. Say what you want to. So I'm picking against him. I want to see Nico Provo pull the upset here.
Heck yeah. No, I like that. I've watched Robinson wrestle a couple times this year, and obviously he's a stud, but in some ways, some of his matches have super not impressed me, where he's winning close matches against dudes that I think he could probably blow out of the water if he wants.
Yeah.
Although he did wrestle Brendan McCrone, one of my really good friends, tough. So I will say that he looked good in that match, particularly.
Well,
Let's
oh,
move on to
you're
33.
out here name dropping. Dang.
My boy Brandon, oh dude, that me and him went to high school together. Like that's one of my best friends, honestly. So he'll watch this and literally give me a call and be like, "Oh, dude, I heard you." Like I've name dropped him a million times. That's my dude. But yeah, probably honestly that's one of the guys the most out of anyone where I'm closest with out of any Division One wrestler.
Yeah.
For sure.
He
Yeah.
seems like
So
a good dude. Believe it or not, the guy that I'm closest to is JJ McComas.
yeah,
Yeah,
McComas.
dude, I love JJ. Like he don't get enough light. He really doesn't. That is a
Yeah.
bad man.
Yeah, no, I mean that whole Okie State team is filled with some killers. Let's move into 33 here though. We got Seidel at the 1, obviously deserving there of that. Tyler Knox is very tough at the 2. You got Redding at the 3. I mean, this is a great weight. Talmadge at the 4 is tough, and then Mullen Yarbo is a returning national qualifier. He had a medical red shirt last year, and year before that, he beat Nagao first round at nationals. He's a super tough competitor. He's an Ohio boy. Riley Rowan's also an Ohio boy. So always rooting for those Ohio boys to do well. What are your thoughts?
I think this one is Seidel's to lose. I really do. I like Tyler Knox. He's super tough guy. He's extremely good on top. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the match against Oklahoma State towards the beginning of the year. Um, you know, he was down like I think 8 or 9 points and made a comeback for the win. I mean, it was just super impressive. So, um, I like Aaron Seidel. I like what he's doing. He's tough wrestler, and I think this is his to lose. Really, I do. However, my pick is going to be Seidel and Knox in the finals because those are my two favorite guys to watch in this bracket. That's not to knock anybody else. I know this bracket's got killers in it, but
Yep.
those are my picks for the finals.
Yeah, I would love to again. I would love to see Yarborough have a string together a couple good wins. He's one of my buddies and definitely someone I'm rooting for here to do well. But I think this is again, like you said, Seidel's way to lose. But all right, let's move on here. We got Ryan Jack there at the 3, Consiglio at the 1, Simcox at the 2. This is maybe a little bit of a weaker weight. Still though, Crook's tough at the 4. Breer Priest is tough at the
Yeah,
5. I mean, this really is a tough weight class still.
yeah,
What are your thoughts?
yeah, man. I was actually caught a little caught off guard about Priest and Crook. I don't know why. I mean, it's fitting that they're at the 4 and 5, but for whatever reason, it just kind of sticker shock when I first seen it. Like what?
Yep.
But when you consider who else is in this bracket, like it's like okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Consiglio, man, super super tough. I actually am. I'm gonna go with an upset here. I'm gonna go with Crook. I think he can if he's gonna pull an upset off. I think we're gonna see him do it. Um,
Yeah. Wouldn't shock me.
yeah, I mean Simcox again, a bad dude. But I would like to see that. I would like to see Crook put one together, take out Consiglio, and then see Simcox in the finals.
That wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. I could see Ryan Jack doing some damage as well.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
liked watching both him and his brother, so I guess I'm a little biased there. But
No, not at all, man. Jack is Ryan Jack and his brother both bad dudes.
yeah, yep. Um, let's move on here. We got Coy Biskins at the 1, Valencia at the 2, K Brown at the 4. What are we thinking here? I just had Coy Biskins on recently, so shout out Coy
Uh,
Biskins. Super cool
so
kid. Yeah, dude, I was happy I was able to talk to him. I didn't have like a previous relationship at all, so it was cool that he hopped on and talked to me for a bit and broke down some wrestling and whatnot. But I think this is kind of Biskin's weight, but Valencia is one of those dudes that can definitely pull an upset. What are your thoughts, Brian?
yeah, Valencia is tough, man. I watched him beat Swiderski towards the beginning of the year, which I did not like, but I did enjoy, the match. Valencia is definitely tough. However, my pick is Biskins. Like next question.
Yeah,
However, there are some guys in here that are phenomenal wrestlers, like with Guy, and with Ross too. I mean, um, at first glance, I would say Biskins move on, but like when you stop and read through it, there's some killers in here, man. There's some guys that could pull some upsets, but my overall pick is going to be Biskins.
yeah, no, I agree. I think it is going to be probably Biskins that takes it out, but I wouldn't sleep on Valencia at all. Um,
Yeah, and his dad too, man. Biskins' dad, he's phenomenal. I've been
I've
talking to
heard,
him a little bit. Yeah,
I've
he's
heard,
super nice.
yeah, both Biskins and Joy's dad parents are super good people. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's Kevin that maybe said that or who maybe told me that, but I've heard nothing but good things about both those dudes. And again, Coy was like a super respectful kid, and I really appreciated having him on. So that will be dropped there in the future. Also, him breaking down the Jackson Joy win. Um, no shade to Jackson Joy. I just had Jackson Joy on recently as well. I just wanted to have him break down that match because that was probably his biggest win of his career. So let's move on to 57 here, though.
yep.
We got Cardenas at the 1. We got Ethan Miller at the 2. Evans at the 3. Root at the 4. This is a tough weight class. I think, in my opinion, this is probably Cardenas' weight to lose. But Ethan Miller's tough. Dylan Evans
Yeah.
out of Pitt is also tough. This is a tough weight class. What do you think of Brian?
I agree 100%. I think this is Cardenas to lose. However, my pick, I want to see Evans pull the upset. I want to see him win this whole thing.
Yeah, no, it definitely wouldn't shock me if he's one of those hammers out of Pitt that I definitely could see making some noise here, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is an interesting one. Like you said, I think it's Cardina's next question, possibly, if he wrestles to his potential. But I think there is some landmines in there, like Dylan Evans, obviously Ethan Miller. So that's gonna be an interesting one. Going on to 65 here. We got Will Denny at the 1. I think he's deserving of that. He's had a really good freshman campaign. Then there's some other dudes in there. You got Parko, you got Kessler, you got Hevner, who's an Ohio boy, Mac Church. Um,
Yeah.
honestly, that 3, 4, 5 is pretty tough. I don't know how many allocations the ACC has, but I know off the top of my head, man, like Mac Church is a freaking killer. Bryce Hepner is a killer. And Kessler is pretty dang tough. So one of those guys probably are not going to get an automatic bid.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you hit it on the head with that. I think my pick is probably going to go to Will Denny just because of the momentum in the year he's had. Um, however, golly, man, Church and Parko, like, how do you pick one of those? You know what I mean? But I think
Yeah.
this is Denny's to lose, but I think this one's I really think this one's probably going to go chalk, but if anybody's going to cause an upset, it's going to be Church.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely think Church is a landmine in this bracket. And I think Hepner is one of those guys that he he can make stuff happen, right? He can throw you to your back. He's got crazy hips, kind of like him and Andonian were teammates. Bryce Andonian were high school teammates out of St. Ed's. So kind of having that I don't want to call it St. Ed style, but I think training in the room with a guy like that, you kind of develop some tricks that probably some of these other dudes don't have. So it
Yeah.
wouldn't absolutely shock me if Bryce Hepner pulled something out. But Will Denny would definitely be my pick. Let's go on to 74 here. Luca Augustine is at the 1 seed, Matty Singleton at the 2, Aiden Wallace at the 3. Honestly, did not know Augustine was at the 1. I know he was around the 12 last year. He was actually someone that when I came into Pitt that we wrestled together. We were in the same freshman class, so I'm happy to see him doing well. What are your thoughts here? Matty Singleton also whooped me up back in the day at preseason national finals. He like tech followed me in the second period, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So,
He's pretty
yeah, I've been
good.
there. I've been,
Yeah, he's,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
prettle pretty
yeah.
good.
Well, I mean that depends, Cole. How good are you? That'll tell us how good he is. So,
Well, like I said, I mean, it's the preseason final. Like I wasn't horrible.
yeah, no, I know you're pretty tough. I seen you go toe to toe with the
There's
guys in the
levels,
house.
though. There's
Yeah.
levels. He prosperous tilted me like 4 or 5 times. It was over quickly.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've been there. You want to know who did it to me?
Who's that?
David Taylor. David Taylor.
Yeah. No, I mean that one's understandable, I think.
That was when we were kids, man. That was before he jumped and got huge and all that. That was back when we were, gosh, 12 maybe. Tulsa
Yeah,
Nationals. He just destroyed me. It's awful.
that's funny.
Trauma. I've got
What are
trauma.
your thoughts here? I think this probably is kind of a collision course between Augustine and Singleton in the finals. I think that's going to be a fun matchup. I think
Yeah.
again, Singleton's one of those guys that will come out really, really strong, and then he seems to kind of fade sometimes. And Augustine is one of those dudes that is going to stay in really good position, and usually is an overtime type of guy where like he'll freaking wear you down, and then he'll go get one late once you don't have as much gas in the tank. So I
Yeah.
think if Singleton can go get one early, this could be his match to lose. But if Augustine could keep this close early, I see him taking it late.
So I'm gonna add to that. That's almost verbatim. What I was gonna say is, if Singleton could put together 3 periods like the first one,
Yep.
I don't think anybody could touch him. But however, this one I think is gonna come down to Augustine and Singleton. I want to see Augustine win. I do, but I don't know on this one. I just don't know. I feel like he's got the edge and he's going to pull it off. So I'm going to go with Augustine.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't shock me. So yeah, probably rooting for him because I still got some bad blood with Singleton from him tech following me. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't like him. No fear.
just kidding. Let's move on here. Honestly, I'm not familiar with this Kranitz here at the 1 seed. I probably should be. I don't watch enough pit wrestling anymore. But yeah, Jaden Bullock at the 3 seed. He'll be a tough out.
Yeah.
This honestly, I don't know this Stanford kid as well. I honestly don't feel like this is a great weight class. What is your thoughts?
I think I'm going to obliterate his name. The guy from Stanford. Is it Wajni?
I have no idea, so I'm not even gonna
Wajni's?
try. Don't even know.
Yeah, I know it's something like that. Why? Ah, the guy from Stanford. That's my pick to win. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing Pitt with the number ones, a few times here, and I think it's good for their program and stuff. Granted, it's tough, but my pick this time, I'm going with Stanford.
Heck yeah. Yeah, honestly, I don't know enough about this weight class to truly pick, and I don't know these guys too well. What I do know is Bullock is pretty tough.
So
And
I
that's
know
about
Kranitz,
it.
Bullock, and whatever Abraham's last name is.
Yep.
No, yeah, and I apologize if he sees this. If he sees this, I'm just a Southern boy. We don't read much down here.
Yeah, I've seen this Don Cates wrestle a couple times. It's actually an interesting story. They after Fishback transferred out of North Carolina State, they didn't have anyone at 84. Or I don't want to say anyone, but anyone like that wouldn't get like tech fault or like pinned by anyone. So this Don Cates kid is actually a Raleigh boy, and they just like pulled him out of retirement basically. Like he was working like a 9 to 5 job, like a desk job, and he had like another year eligibility. He's like 27 or 28 years old. Um, but he is super talented. He's a tough competitor, but he just has no gas tank. Like he's like
Well,
cooked out.
yeah, he's an old man. Like, what do you
Yeah, I like if
expect,
he were to have
man?
like every match I've seen, he like takes injury time, and it's just funny. But no, I mean that's one of those dudes that is explosive. So maybe keep an eye out for him. Let's move on to 97 here, maxed out. His super freaking tough.
100%. Yes.
Sonny
Stout's
Sasso
my guy.
and a tough dude. I honestly am not as familiar with this Posada at the one, but what are we thinking here, Brian?
Posada's tough. He is. However, my pick all day long is going to be maxed out. I'm a fan of the stouts. Sonny Sasso, I have not been super impressed with. People are, and that's not to take away from the fact that he's a D1 wrestler. Like I get it. However, I watched him, wrestle against Merrill, and it was one of the most boring matches I've ever seen in my life. Um, and a lot of people were jumping in and saying, "Oh, well, he bumped up and he did this and he did that." And I'm like, "Yeah, and like people do it all the time, man. Look at what Gabe Arnold's doing. You know what I mean? Like when he was at 174, he was wrestling 197. Like it's just a thing. Come at me. I'm just saying." Um,
Right.
so yeah, I haven't been too big on him this year. So my pick for this bracket or this weight is going to be maxed out.
Yeah. No, that would be my pick too. Um, he's a killer. He's super, super tough. I've been able to put my hands on him a couple times, and
Gross.
yeah, I hate to say it, but that was whooping me up when he was in high school. And I was more like a 74, 84, and he was, pretty full 95 in high school, obviously at that point, senior, but like he would
Oof.
freaking put it on me. And it was like, oh my God, like
It's a
jeez.
poor choice of
And
words,
there's
but
levels to
yeah.
it, man. Like I'm getting whooped up by yeah. Obviously he's good. I mean, he's an All-American last year. I believe he had last year. He's a killer. So I don't feel like
Yeah.
too bad about it after, seeing how like good he was. It was like, oh, I knew dude was pretty good at wrestling, but he put it on me some days. I was like, God, dude, like just getting upset. This would be a good one, I
Cole,
think. Finals.
before
What's
we
that?
jump into this one, we're gonna have to come up with some better phrases because this whole like he really whooped me and really put it on me, and I got my hands on him like this.
Dude, we gotta keep it PG. If I wasn't on camera, I would be this dude beat the crowd. I can't even
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it. Try to keep it more PG for the most part. You never know what you're gonna get here at Beyond the Mat Wrestling now. Uh,
Yeah.
that's something we've seen in the past. If you want to go check out the Big
Your
12.
fight?
Yeah, our fight in the Big 12, one of my buddies came in and said that regardless, you have to go watch the whole Big 12 video. You'll see it. Let's go. Let's finish this out here, though. Trumbull's looked like a killer. Pietzer's also tough. He's been one of those guys that I enjoy watching from Pitt. What are your thoughts here? I think this is Trumbull and Pitzer in the
Uh,
final, and then I think Trumbull honestly is too big for Pitzer, and that's about how that one's going to go.
yeah, this is Trumbles to lose. a
Yeah.
hundred percent. Jimmy Mullen being the 3 seed, like I know that he can be a tough guy, but I haven't been super big on him. Especially after the Oklahoma State duel. I don't know, I was expecting more from him. Maybe he had a bad day that day, but my pick all day long is Trumbull.
Yeah, no, 100%. I really appreciate you hopping on, Brian. And if you guys made it to the end of the video, make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys liked, what you didn't like. Like I said, we did a couple other conferences. We did EIWA, we did Big 12s. We're doing Big 10s here with Jake Manley. Obviously, we did ACC. So make sure you go check out all those other conference videos. Make sure to follow both me and Brian on social media. And again, I appreciate you for hopping on, Brian. You got anything
Yeah,
else
man.
before we wrap up?
I I appreciate you having me. I just would end this with we're going to be at the Big 12 tournament this weekend. If you see us around, come say hey, jump in one of the videos with us. Try to spread the word.
Heck yeah, 100%. Well, again, I appreciate you having you hop on, and excited for you to get some content there at Big 12, and looking forward to seeing what we can do with some of that stuff. Hopefully, we can do some cool stuff with Beyond the Mat, a little Cowboy Brian clash there.
Yeah, yeah, heck yeah, I'm down for that.